Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer is sponsored by Love Radio Network. This is Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer. If it's a car, motorcycle, boat, or anything else with an engine in San Diego, it's on Racer Radio. Now, here's your host, Dave Stahl.
All right, folks. Hey, welcome to Racer Radio right here on AM 1170.
96.1 North County and AM 1170 San Diego. We are The Answer.
And this segment's brought to you by San Diego Carburetor Fuel Injection. You want to get your car up and running and in tip-top condition. San Diego Carburetor Fuel Injection is... All right, hey, we got two special guests in the house.
Three.
No, we're not counting her.
Brittany's here.
She didn't bring any sandwiches.
Nope, just myself.
Watch it. You be nice, or I'm going to give away your half a sandwich to Brittany.
Oh, that turkey sandwich you're
because she
talking
probably hasn't eaten.
Uh-huh.
But hey, two special guests, Tom Henkel and Jeff Stoddard. These guys have been doing fire safety in the San Diego County area for as long as Cajon Speedway's been around. I don't know if they've been actually the fire safety ever since Cajon started. Tom, how long have you been doing that?
Since 84.
Dang, when did Cajon Speedway start?
61.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So you now that was, how did you end up getting the job out at Cajon Speedway?
Well, I came back from New Mexico, and I had a buddy of mine working on the crew out there, and he asked me if I wanted to come out and join him. And I said, sure.
Yeah.
So I went out there, and I think I missed like 4 races in 30-some plus years.
Yeah. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Who was that guy that used to drive that van out there at Cajon Speedway?
Jeff Stoddard.
Put that mic over to Jeff Stoddard.
The guy sitting right next to you.
Well,
imagine that.
I tell you what, Mr. Stoddard, you guys, for whatever reason, invited me to come and stand in the infield and get on the car and watch all the action.
Yeah.
My question to you is, how is it? And I watched you like a hawk. You took off before the accident started.
Oh.
Well, that's just a matter of studying the drivers and being aware of their abilities.
So when you know they're starting to get out of shape, you better get it in gear and get ready.
Right. I use 2 senses are out there, my eyes and my ears. Because I can't watch the whole track. I can only see what's basically in front of me.
Sure.
And I use my ears for what's going behind me, but I also get a feeling for when guys are getting in a little over their head, and I keep an eye on that area.
Yeah.
But
you guys don't even make, neither one of you that I'm aware of make a sound when the accident is there. I mean, you just go.
Yeah. Tom gives me most of the time, Tom's giving me a green light.
Really? I don't even see you moving an inch.
Reaction.
And we were gone.
Yeah.
And I was hanging on to that roll cage like a little kid.
Yeah, like I said, I watch a certain area. Or not a certain area, but a certain group of cars. If I know something looks like something.
How long have you been doing this?
I started in '88 with Cajon.
So it's not like you don't know these drivers. It's not like you don't know these drivers.
Yeah, a lot of them know of me.
Yeah,
we don't know each other.
Sure,
first name, always a first name basis. But I watch. I can see the drivers come up and watch their skill level and improve. A lot of them.
Yeah.
And just know when it's looking like they're getting in a little over their head.
A little over their head. What about that Britney girl?
Yeah, she's coming along. She has.
You can defend yourself, dear.
That's a big compliment. That's sort of like when a court reporter tells me I did a good job on a deposition, because they sit there and they do depositions all day long. So
and you watch race cars. You watch racers all day long.
And that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, there you go.
Just grab it there, son.
When the group of us are on the truck and we're watching the racers go around, we'll see groups of cars like, this guy is going to take this guy out, so watch out, be careful. And we keep an eye on him, and you watch him go around the track a few times, and the next thing you know, there it is.
Wow.
And Jeff's already ready to go. He knows. He's already seen it.
Oh, yeah.
And he knows it's going to happen, and then we just take off.
Yeah.
As a racer, greatly appreciated their presence.
Oh, yeah.
I make it a point to go say hi to them before every driver's meeting, because I'm so glad they're there. I think all racers, whether they are conscious of it or will admit it, we're glad in the back of our mind that they are there.
Right.
But to know the anticipation that they're talking about right now and looking and listening just helps. It's another just...
Well, have you ever gotten on the truck and just sat there during a race?
No, I'm in my car, Dave.
No, I mean, you're not racing the whole time.
No, I
You
have
ought
not.
to really, if they allow you, you ought to just do it just one time. And because I'm telling you, it's an experience like you've never, ever seen, especially if you're not paying attention.
Well,
'Cause if
geez,
you're not
you
paying
got to pay attention in there.
Well, you're going to be a
sure.
dirt clod if you don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Tom, talk a little bit about the truck because, everybody's going, okay, well, if you watch NASCAR, they got 300 trucks. And how do you equip the truck that's out of Cajon Speedway or out of Barona? Sorry about that.
The one at Barona we have fire bottles of CO2, water, and dry chem.
Okay.
And we have the truck stocked with 7 or 8 bottles. That's about all you need at the time because if we happen to pop one over an incident, we can just go back in the shed and get another one.
Right.
But it's got Jaws of Life, which we can start up and cut roll bars and people out of their cars if they get crazy.
Right.
But we haven't had to use it too much at Barona.
I'm knocking on wood.
No. You're
now.
absolutely right.
Just
Nobody.
knocked on some
Right.
wood for all the racers out there.
I would just soon not even see him come off the hill, to be honest with you, because then that means you just had an amazingly good race.
Yes.
And you probably would just sit on the hill too.
Now we're fine where we are.
Yeah.
We can see everything what's going on.
And you get a good view and you get to sit in a soft, comfortable truck.
Well,
Right.
So talk a little bit of, you want to just jump in there, Jeff? Yeah, just.
Just to say about the view we get, we consider it the second best seat in the house.
Right. The first one is
best
behind the wheel.
is behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Like Britney and the rest.
Sure.
We get the second best.
Did you ever want to drive?
I have.
Okay.
I had a pony stock at Cajon.
Mm-hmm.
Drove for about a year and a half. And then I realized I didn't have the
Have what it takes.
stuff to get the car up and
Right.
me up. So I stepped back and just became an owner and had a few other people. Steve Dickerson.
Steve. Oh, yeah.
And
Anybody else?
yeah.
Don't you hate that when somebody throws that at you?
It's Ron Bush.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And there were a few others.
Yeah. Tom, did you ever drive?
no.
Too smart, huh?
No, I just never. I
Never
went
got
to
the bug?
I went to one of the drive tech schools and drove a car around the track. And Ed Hale and Ron Esau were the coaches.
Oh, my gosh.
And,
That sounds
That's what did it.
Ed kept telling you, get closer to the wall. Come up closer to the wall. And I was like, okay. But
Yeah,
it was,
okay.
It was fun.
Yeah.
That's the only time I was on the track.
Yeah. Well, the thing about the safety, because, let me ask you this. Do you guys go through any training? Do you do any updates, or are you pretty much, it is what it is?
It is what it is. And the people that have been out there, let's see, myself, Jeff, and Dave Halverson, we all came from Cajon.
Okay, so your crew has stayed, and the same vehicle, too, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
What happened to the old van?
The old van is in storage.
Old Marco.
The old van's in storage.
Oh.
It's running, but it's not really up to snuff to use up at Barona.
Yeah, exactly.
Different platform. At Cajon, it was all flat.
And you're in the center of the track.
Yeah, we're still we're not in the center, but we are in the infield up at Barona.
Right.
But that's part of the problem is because that infield of Barona is not flat.
Right.
I've got not jumps, but berms and other stuff to drive over.
You could call them jumps.
And actually, I have dumped a couple guys off the truck.
I know.
Oops.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Oops. You
They
just
didn't
look at
grab-
that grin.
They didn't hold on tight.
Does that look like an oops?
That's their own problem. Assumption of the risk.
Hey,
baby.
that's the rules. That's the rule because that's the first word they tell you when you get in the back
grab
of that.
on.
Do not
and
let
don't
go.
let go.
That's my number one rule is
Don't let go.
if you're going to ride on the truck, hold on at all times. Hold on if the green flag's out.
Right.
Right.
Because I'm going to take off.
Yeah.
How many people? There's a decent sized cruise. A decent
what, 6 on
sized
the
crew.
You got 6 on the truck now? Go ahead, grab that mic.
Well, winner take. You don't
Max
want to,
8.
Yeah.
And they're
Most of the
there
time we're running
early.
with 6 or 7.
Does it depend on what they have that night at the track?
No.
Oh, okay. It's just whoever shows. Because it's a
Exactly.
volunteer crew, correct?
Oh, yes, sir.
And when it's hot, when the rest of us are hot, they're hot. And when it's cold, they're cold. They're there till the last race is over.
First to show up and the last to leave.
Yeah.
No, when it's hot, they're melting.
Yeah.
And when it's cold, they're comfortable. Because they're in
And
fire
their
suits.
gear.
See, they don't, they're not going to be freezing. Well, you shouldn't be freezing either.
I'm in my suit when it's cold.
Yeah.
I'm in my suit in my car.
And you're not cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Britney will bring us Otter Pops too.
On the hot days,
On
they get
hot
Otter
days.
Pops.
And once in a while, she'd bring chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, yes. The crew cookies.
I've heard about the crew cookies.
I've heard about those too. I don't see any on the table here, but that's another story.
Oh, dang.
Hey, let's take a quick break. We come back. We got a whole lot more with the gang from Barona Speedway right here on FM 96.1.
AM 1170, The Answer.
Folks, welcome back. You're listening to Racer Radio right here on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
And this segment is brought to you by El Cajon Ford, where absolutely nobody treats you better than El Cajon Ford, 1595 East Main Street. El Cajon Ford, big supporter of Barona Speedway. In fact, half the ownership has raced at Barona Speedway and done quite well, I might add. So take a check. Go to elcajonford.com. See if you're looking for new or used. You may not know it, but 80% of their used cars are trade-ins. They don't go to the auction. They send to the auction. So you're not going to run into a problem. Ron Radigan takes very good care of his used cars. So if you're looking for new or used, this is the time to do it. El Cajon Ford. And they have Quick Lane where they'll service anything and everything they sell. All right, we've got Tom Hinkle and Jeff Stoddard in the house. These guys have been together since the 80s. Gosh, time flies. They were the safety crew out of Cajon Speedway. Now they've moved to Barona, doing the same, job they've always done. It's kind of an unforgiving job until somebody needs to get cut out of a car.
Until you need them.
Yeah, until you need them, and then all of a sudden they're on your Christmas list. I think you should consider that prior to having to need them. Tom, do you guys do any safety seminars with the drivers?
No.
You don't do anything like that at all?
Is there something you want us to know or keep in mind in particular as a
Just
racer?
basically,
You're talking to the drivers now because a lot of them are listening.
it's safety. Safety is first.
Right.
So wear your arm restraints. You have your helmets and your shoes and your suits and everything up to standards.
Right.
These people get a helmet and it expired in 2017 and they come out to race in 2018.
Right.
And you can't use that helmet. Well, why not? I've never had a wreck with it.
Well,
No.
Well, yeah, this year, that's a good point. We need to have the 2015s this coming season,
yeah.
I believe.
And you guys, you don't inspect for them, but the tech team does.
They're supposed to.
Yeah.
And I think that they do.
Right.
But their job is thankless.
Well, sure, because you're telling me something I don't want to hear. And that is, I got to do what to my car? I got to fix it. I got to put lug nuts on it.
Or what have you. Just safety is so,
Yeah,
safety is number one, and people forget that.
Well, and what they don't understand, this is not Daytona. This is not Bristol. Maybe an accident at Bristol or Daytona is good for TV and good for the people that happen to enjoy watching crashes. But for a small track like Barona, that could be devastating. Somebody getting hurt out there.
Yep, it could.
And people don't realize that because that track has to carry a pretty good size insurance policy, not only for the spectators, but for the drivers as well. You don't, and to be able to keep that credibility and that good loss or that good insurance policy, you've got to run a safe facility and you have to have good, safe racing.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You do. And they do a good job out there.
Yeah, I think they do a really good job. But if something's going to happen, a race car driver will figure out how to make it happen.
Yeah.
If a car's never been over the fence, just give it a few more races. Somebody's going to go over the fence. You guys don't go to Paris Auto Speedway, but I always love telling this story. And from a safety crew, I'm just curious to see what either one of you would say. So Damian Gardner is coming down the backstretch, gets into another car, and the car launches and gets hung up in the catch fence. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
20 feet off the ground, maybe. I don't know, 25.
Yep.
He crawls up the fence and is wiggling and pulling on the suspension until it finally kicked loose and the car came to the ground.
Wouldn't surprise me.
But what's the worst you guys have seen?
Oh.
Yeah, you don't even want to go there.
No,
that could ruin the show.
Yeah, it's...
Because like I said, especially at Cajon.
Yes.
That pit entrance... That pit entrance has collected more drivers, than we care to talk about.
There's one particular driver out there who we went and saw. He had three 3 or 4 wrecks, one in turn 2, one into the catch fence going off in 3, and then one in the infield. And every time we go down there to get him, he go, you guys again? You know?
Like he was so surprised.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys know race car drivers, they live by adrenaline.
Oh, yeah.
You know, common sense usually isn't in the picture, especially if they got somebody in front of them they want to get around or somebody behind them. And Brittany, wouldn't you say that sometimes you get a little
Oh, yeah. Adrenaline can influence one's actions, decisions. When you were talking about shaking the fence, the catch fence, that's what I was in my mind.
And
it was his adrenaline that was ruling his decisions.
Yeah,
Maybe not the best.
And he was hoping the car would land on its wheels. He could get in and go after him.
That's always my first question. Unfortunately, I have had to use their services into a wall a couple times, and that's my first question. Are all my wheels on? Can I go? Can I go? My first crash, my first season into the wall. That was my question.
Yeah.
Is everything on? Can I go? And the first answer was yes, because they were on my left side.
Oh.
But they didn't know on the right side.
It was
my
gone.
whole thing was torn off. Yeah. So I'm like, go, go, go. And I think it was Patrick that finally came to the other side and said, oh, no, honey, your wheel's in the center of the
infield.
field. I was like, so that was my first experience of meeting them face to face.
But wait a minute.
the adrenaline is go, go, go.
Yeah,
Come on.
Can you just put it back on?
Only 5 laps left.
But Tom, you're the safety crew. You're not the one telling them whether they can go out and drive or not, right?
Well, we can't see. All I want to know is everything
We're not supposed
attached.
to say anything. They'll ask if the car's okay. We'll say, yeah, you're okay. You're good to go.
Right.
But we're not allowed to tear off any fenders or.
Sure.
And we can answer questions, but we can't fix the car.
Oh, no.
That is so funny.
Yeah, along those lines, we usually, with Tom being on the radio, if somebody wants to go, we got to ask the officials.
Oh,
the track
gotcha.
officials.
Yeah.
Get the okay to let them go.
Right.
That's good to know.
Yeah, because you can't make that. Well,
No.
and the reason I bring that up is if you say no, that's because somebody got into Tom's headset and said no.
Right.
Very
You're
good
ju-
as a driver to know.
Yeah, you're just the messenger.
We're not officials.
Right.
So we can't deal.
Officiate.
We can't officiate on the racing portion of it.
Right.
We're safety. If we see that you've got a problem, we can tell you, no, you can't go.
Right.
Because we're seeing a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They can see things we
Well,
can't
if it's
see.
dumping gas out of the tank, maybe it's got a hairline crack.
Yeah,
and
we get that a lot.
even if you went to the technical guys, if they don't see that, then that's where your job has to say, no, it's got a fuel leak.
I mean, they'll take our advice.
Sure.
The-
Well, you're
the
a team.
officials.
You're really
Right.
the off the track team is what it amounts to.
Our communication with the race directors and whatnot is much better than it has been in the years past.
Oh, really?
And with Roger Harper and Mr. Chavez, Robert Chavez on the starter stand now, they're very kind of like pro safety.
Gotcha.
And so if we make a call up to them, they will listen to us and adhere, and they show a little respect to us.
Right. Well, and they should. I mean, you've got people's lives in your hands to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So you got to be kind of careful. I mean, and like we said, driver adrenaline, that'll get you in trouble quicker than anything.
Yeah, we've had to settle a few down a time or two.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure.
But I think after it's all said and done, they understand it.
And we have to get to work on Monday to pay for racing.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you wad something up, you're really angry that you're going to have to pay for stuff now to get it back on the track again. Because let's face it, not everybody out there has got a 54-foot enclosed transporter.
What if you have to, like the fence has to be repaired? You guys would call somebody and do that? You guys don't do that,
No,
right?
they have a facility. They got crew members and track officials and whatnot that go out there repair the fence.
Yeah.
Your job is just to make sure the driver is safe and the vehicle is not going to cause an issue with catch fire.
Yeah,
or
if there's an
whatever.
incident, we go over there and take care of it. Tow truck comes out, push buggy comes out. We get the vehicles off the track. But first is driver safety.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you assess who makes a decision whether to cut a guy out of a car.
We do, the crew.
Okay.
There's so many of us. We've worked together for so long.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Dave will go up and say, hey, we need the jaws. Boom. Jeff backs the truck up and away we go.
You ever had a driver scream at you not to cut the
Oh,
the
yeah.
roof off?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
I
all
can
the time.
imagine. Oh, my God.
They always do.
Oh.
You're gonna do what? I mean, look at Britney. She's already. You imagine somebody. You imagine somebody cutting the roof off your car.
My little
She's turning the color of her car right now.
That's the fun of the whole job is when they yell at you, say, "Don't cut my car." Well, hey, you wrecked it. So we have to get it off the track.
Sorry.
Or do you want to just stay in this car? I mean, if you don't want to come out of it, that's fine with me.
There's also the time crunch. I was thinking during the commercial break, whether it's apparent or not, there is that time. Like we got to get this race going. There's 3 more divisions, but you have to keep safety in mind as well. And
yeah, you can't put anything ahead of safety.
Correct.
Yeah, if you got a red flagged race, because the wall's knocked down or what have you. Again, it's not like we did it. I mean, behind the wheel knocked the wall down.
Exactly.
If anybody wants to yell at anybody, they ought to yell at you for knocking the wall down.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Richard. Or Jeff.
Yeah, along those lines, we're always also thinking about the time crunch. What's the quickest way we can get this taken care of?
Right.
Get the driver out, get the cars off the track.
Yeah. What?
And we are very
cognizant of that.
Conscious of the fact that it's a, quote, show.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say this last season, I was on the road heading home at like 9:30 as opposed to in staging at 10:30 some past seasons.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was
well, and I don't think you can really attribute that to anything. It's just the luck of the night.
The season was pretty smooth last year.
Yeah,
as far as timing.
Well, that and you could probably attribute that to the crew that
lots of things.
Yeah, that runs the racetrack, and for anybody that's hasn't been to Barona Speedway, you truly need to take a run up there and enjoy the show because I'll tell you, it's probably I still have a warm spot in my heart for Cajon. It's just I can't. I drive by that field every day. And if I could grab a politician and punch them, I would.
Oh, gosh.
Every day I would punch them until they gave me back my racetrack. Their nose would be so big you could land a blimp on it. I mean, they need to bring that track back. I don't see any reason why not. But anyway, I'm just venting.
In the meantime, you can go to baronaspeedway.com for if you are a racer and you're interested in starting up. Yeah, you should go to their website and check out the rules, check out how to get started.
Are you going to guilt them on the schedule yet?
No.
You're not going to guilt them?
No, I checked again last night and I didn't see it. So I'm sure it'll be up soon.
Early April, racing starts. Early April, come out and watch us.
Yeah.
Right.
Number 37.
Oh, yeah, I love 37.
Purple Haze.
In the dwarf division.
Going into turn 2 sideways. All right, we're going to take a quick break. FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Break. When we come back, we're going to beat up on the safety crew at Barona Speedway. Come on, Brittany, you can get them. Ooh, she growled. That's not a good sign.
Oh, Racer Radio is on 96.1 North County and AM 1170 San Diego. The Answer.
Okay, ready. Power on. Power on.
All right, folks. Hey, welcome back. You are listening to Racer Radio right here on FM 96.1 AM 1170. The Answer. I'm Dave.
I'm Michelle.
And we have very special guests in the house, but right now...
The Barona Fire Crew.
Certified Car Clinic. That's where you need to go if you're looking for workout in the Santee area, 11370 North Woodside Avenue. And if you want to trick out the underside of your hood with those really cool plumbing hoses that are all metal, hosespecialties.com, hosespecialties.com. Hey, we're sitting here talking with the fire and safety crew, and I mentioned to Britney that I had sent an email to Corey Cruzman when I sent him the show to get Britney because she wasn't able to race that night or that day. So you are going to eventually go back.
Yes, sir.
And get your lesson.
Well, I think the best thing, trust me, you know how much good that would be for you to take the class. And
absolutely.
Not that you are not a good driver. Third in points last year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I like the fact that she's not a points counter, so she wasn't concerned with counting points as much as she was, as much as you were having fun.
Oh my gosh, still flying out of my car with a big grin on my face.
Yeah.
No kidding. So
really,
are you ready for next season?
Yeah, I'm working towards it. It's a long laundry list to prepare.
So
I was just sharing with her, you were mentioning age. I'm now old enough to be a vet driver.
How old are you now? Oh, never mind. Don't talk about it.
Old enough.
Old enough to be a vet driver.
Wow.
So you can go in another division if you want to. Are you tempted to?
I have been convinced. I'm working towards a few out-of-town races, and I want to run the vet division.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Yeah,
already
why
working
not?
on that. February 22nd
So you'd be
is the
crashing,
first race.
crashing some parties.
Well, did
Yeah.
you see where Cocopa looks like they're going to be able to open next
I think I
season?
sent you guys that.
Yeah, I think you did. Thank you very much. We're
Yeah.
glad to hear that. Anytime a racetrack stays open, I mean, that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Have you ever been to Cocopa?
No. It's a little bit bigger than Barona, though. Correct? Is it? It's
mile.
bigger, right? Yeah.
Mile.
I'm not really.
Have you been there, Tom?
Yes.
What do you think of the track?
Very nice.
A lot of people I talk to
Very
like
nice.
it. I personally, my dwarf car, I'm not interested in running a half mile.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to go quite those speeds in my little car.
I don't know if they've run dwarf cars.
Yeah,
there.
I don't know if they do either. Now that you mention it, but yeah, but I'm just glad to see the track is alive.
Yes, more options for drivers. Plus, everyone loves a home track, so that group of people.
Call fire and safety.
Right, I can
Call
do the
fi-
Heimlich. I'm CPR certified, recertified.
He's turning inside out now.
Well, a lot of us have had that cold.
I know, that
for
little
me,
tickle.
The little tickle in the throat has lasted 10 days. Thank
little
you very
tickle
much.
will do you
little
good.
tickle. Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, we got Tom Henkel and Jeff Stoddard. And
Yes.
if you are been an old Cajon Speedway fan, then those names
You'll
will
recognize them.
they'll ring true. So Tom, first off, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day, and coming in for sure.
No, that's perfectly fine. It's a good chance to promote Barona Speedway
Right.
and the great job that they're doing the past 2 years, last season and this upcoming season. I look forward to it because they've put a lot of time and effort and work into improving what they've had.
And if you liked last year, you're going to love this year.
Yeah, I think so because they're putting a lot of stuff out there. I've just kind of heard through the grapevine they're going to have 360 sprints and California Lightning sprints and a lot of different things going on.
Your favorite, lawnmower racing.
Oh, yeah, those are great. Those are
Those are my favorite, too.
They're
Those
the baddest looking
Fun. They're so
lawnmowers.
upright.
That's what I would want to race.
From a safety standpoint, I don't like it.
Of course not.
No seatbelts, right? They had helmets.
I have no idea.
And they probably can't even have a head neck restraint.
Well, they can wear a head neck restrainer or
How?
either
What's it
that or a donut.
I think they had some lawnmower races this past season, and that weekend I was off.
Oh.
I wasn't
They're
there.
really low slung to the ground.
No, they were
Are these
Sitting
grab,
upright.
Grab. Oh, not the ones
No, they're
I'm
not.
thinking of.
The ones they're running, the lawnmower races, is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're just like the John Deere Toro.
So you just take the
Upright.
cutter off for underneath it and run it.
Blades are taken off. No belts.
Get a little closer.
No belts. But yeah, they take the blades off,
Yeah.
and you can tell that it's a lawnmower.
I leave the blades on and do a little cut grass. Hey, I'm going to run down and go get Mike. Can you take care of it there,
Yes, I
Sunshine?
can. Yes, I can. Brittany.
I have a text here from Dirt Dude. Can you tell the safety guys thank you from me and all of the fans? And I saved the drivers as well.
Yay.
You're welcome, Dirt Dude.
Thanks, Dirt Dude. That's much appreciated. Like I said, last season and this season coming up, I look forward to it for a change. And I think that everyone's done a great job trying to promote the Speedway and keep things going. I mean, a lot of changes are happening. A lot of things are going on, which is good because that's the only dirt racing, the only racing we have in San Diego County anymore. So it's not taken for granted.
Amen. So grateful to have a local track.
Yep.
So grateful now that I'm planning out of town travels. Just to know Barona's 20 minutes away and every other weekend. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's the nice thing. Get a little break.
Yep. And so everything's good with the equipment? Any needs in the off season?
Well, over the past few years, I've been maintaining the truck in the off season at my shop, but now that they have the truck up at Barona, and they're supposed to maintain it for us, but we're in good shape.
Do you provide your own gear that you wear?
Yes.
Each person?
Yes. We get that sponsored by Fire Etc. We go down.
Oh,
and
nice.
They'll give us the coats. Why
And
not?
they're young and old, male and female,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
All of us.
So where are they located? Just so that we can get a shout out for them.
Fire Etc.
Uh-huh. Fire, etc.?
Underneath the bridge down in, now I can't even remember the name.
In El Cajon?
No, in Coronado Bridge.
Oh, down there. Okay.
Near the Chicano Park area.
Sure.
Industrial area.
Right. Like Logan.
I think it's on Newton.
Okay, and Newton, Fire, etc. Donates to the Barona Fire Crew. All right. Any other sponsors or donations that you would like to recognize?
Yeah. Mark Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Rose. He's a great guy.
Oh my gosh, he supports a lot of people.
He supported the Dwarfs last season for a Dash for Cash type thing, and he's got a place. What's it called? Express Pipe. Oh, Express Pipe and Supply. I forgot. Anyway, he's done a lot of sponsorship work for the racetrack and promoting it also, and he's a fan. He's definitely a fan, and he does a great job out there trying to promote the place.
Nice.
And
nice guy.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. And he put signboards on the side of our fire truck last year, and he's given us some cutting equipment and whatnot to use. So it helps out.
Nice. And who donates the Jaws of Life, or how did that come
I've had
about?
those things. Those things have been on the truck since I came.
Wow.
At Cajon, and I've had them
spoil.
Maintained a time or two. Well, if you look at the number of years that we've been out there, and the number of times we've used them, it's not a whole lot.
Yes, knocking on wood.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot.
Knocking on wood, yeah.
And,
right.
So
thankfully, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's good. It's good.
All right. So, Art, Tom, did you have something you wanted to say? Jeff?
Well,
no.
It's just
This is like a husband and wife over here. I have to say, they're funny.
Like Tom says, as far as the Jaws go, we haven't used them many times over the years, but when we did, they were ready. Mm-hmm. And sponsorships, we don't go out farming for sponsors. I mean, if someone wants to help out, that's great. We appreciate it.
Right. From a sponsorship point of view, what would you need if you were looking for something?
Yeah.
More than otter
Tom said food.
and cookies.
Okay. Well, I don't know why Antonelli's isn't all over the side of your truck. Has anybody ever actually gone out and talked to them? I mean, they were very, very supportive of asphalt racing.
No, Antonelli's does a great job, and I personally know Andy, and I won't let him give me food because he's trying to run a business. So I won't let him give me food.
Oh, I got you.
I'll go in there and pay for 6 or 7 sandwiches for the crew,
right,
and take them up to the track.
But if you put Antonelli's along the side of your truck,
it's on the windshield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on the windshield now.
Well, then both of you got to start getting fatter because people don't think it's working.
Yeah, well.
They're big sandwiches. Tasty.
Yeah, they're good.
Well, if somebody did want to help you guys out, what would be the best thing to do?
What's the best way to get a hold of you?
How should they get in touch with somebody?
Just call my cell phone.
Okay.
No, they should go to the races.
That's even better.
Come to the races.
Go to the races, buy a pit pass, and go say hi before the drivers' meeting, before they're busy.
And they bring cookies.
I was just going to say, he looks like the Cookie Monster, so he's probably all into cookies. All right. Well, hey, folks, I hope you enjoyed Racer Radio as much as I enjoyed having Britney bring these great guests in. Jesus, hour just went by like a nanosecond.
Right.
And there's lots more coming up. The season's just starting. Go to BaronaSpeedway.com. And definitely support your local racetrack, Paris Auto Speedway, Irwindale, California Speedway, or Auto Club Speedway, Kokopah, you name it, support it right here on.
Thank you, Tom and Jeff, for coming in.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate
Thanks so
it.
much.
FM 96.1 AM 1170. We are The Answer.
Happy trails.
Don't go too far.
Who cares about the clouds if we're together?
Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails.
Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer is sponsored by Love Radio Network.